Hello, my name is Joy. I've decided to start my own YouTube channel because I want to raise awareness of fibromyalgia and what it means to have fibromyalgia. I'll start by introducing myself. As I said, my name is Joy. I'm married. I have 3 children, one who's 20 and twins who are 11. Marcus is the oldest, and then Piers and Lydia are the next 2. I'm married to Miles. I'm a midwife at Doncaster Royal Infirmary, and I work on a postnatal ward. My story begins when I was little, obviously. I grew up with my parents and sister. We lived a healthy lifestyle. My mum always fed us really good food. We cycled everywhere, played outside, lived in the middle of nowhere, lived in the countryside. I was never very sporty, didn't particularly like school, didn't want to play sports or anything. In fact, I would pretend to be ill so that I could get out of sports. As I grew older, I moved away from home, started my nurse training, which was all that I'd ever wanted to do. Didn't particularly eat very well, lived a typical student lifestyle of pot noodles, super noodles, bread, crap really, takeaways, drinking far too much, lots of alcohol, everything else. But we always went to the gym. Me and my friend Nina, who is still my friend 25 years later, used to go to the gym. We enjoyed the gym. We used to walk everywhere, and we did attempt to look after ourselves, even though we possibly drank a little bit too much. As I got older, I moved away again. I went to live in Nottingham, and that's when I really started eating unhealthily. I gained a lot of weight. I ate a lot of takeaways. I drank every single night, sometimes as much as 8 pints a night. Would drink in the flat. I only lived there 10 months, thankfully, or I would probably have been an alcoholic. Then I started my midwifery training and joined Slimming World, lost some weight, enjoyed life, stopped going out because I lived alone in Barnsley and didn't really have any friends there. That sounds really sad, doesn't it? And then I fell pregnant with my oldest son. Moved back home, bought a house, spent time with Marcus, and I was a single parent for 5 years. I met my husband when Marcus was 5. Marcus was diagnosed with autism, and that was a really tough time because, as you can imagine, looking after a child with autism and the difficulties that he had was quite tricky. My husband didn't always understand his needs, and we sometimes struggled to agree and on how to parent him and things like that. Then the twins came along, and I suffered really badly from postnatal depression. That wasn't a very good time in my life. I loved having the twins. I loved having Marcus, but Marcus's needs were quite complex, and I had 2 babies and a husband that worked full time, and it was very tricky. Around about this time, I'd exercised on and off, but really, I'd lost the plot really after I had the twins. I couldn't get into it. I wanted to lose weight. I was my heaviest weight ever. Really wanted to lose weight, but couldn't. I tried everything. I joined Slimming World. I joined Weight Watchers. It just wasn't the right time. Wasn't the right time to do it. Couldn't do it. As the twins started to get older, I started to gain more and more weight. Felt really unfit. Felt really depressed. Wasn't particularly coping very well. And then Piers was diagnosed with autism. At this particular time, he ran away from me in the street, nearly got hit by a car. I panicked, couldn't catch him because I was too big, too overweight, too unfit, and I decided that I would start running. The very next day, I started running, and it was awful. I couldn't even run from one lamppost to the other. It was so difficult, but I persevered with it, and over time, lost weight. And I also found MyFitnessPal at that time. My niece introduced me to MyFitnessPal, and I started going and regularly checking into MyFitnessPal, running. Absolutely loved it. Got to the point where I could run half marathons. Enjoyed running. Absolutely lived for my running. Felt happier than ever. Got down to my lowest weight ever. And then I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I'll explain in a different DVD what fibromyalgia is and what it exactly means to me, but it wasn't a very good time either. I couldn't run anymore, really struggled to run. That's the dog there sighing. Dog's down there. Can you see the dog? Remus, say hi. Remus, say hi. You're not bothered? Not bothered about saying hi? Yeah. That's Remus. That's Remus the German Shepherd. As you can see. Yeah, so I struggled to learn to run. Couldn't do it anymore, but still wanted to keep fit. I started weightlifting, really enjoyed weightlifting, but needed to do more cardio. So now I've gained a little bit more weight, determined to get the weight back off, but this little pesky thing called fibromyalgia keeps sticking in the background and making it difficult for me to lose weight. But I am determined to get there. I would like to compete in a bodybuilding competition one day, maybe bikini fitness, maybe a little bit more, maybe body fitness. Not sure. We'll see how it goes. But at the moment, I'm still overweight. I am going to get the weight off. That is the whole purpose of this channel, so that you can see my progress, you can see how I go, you can see me going through it. I'm sure I will talk about life with having 2 children with autism, and Piers also has ADHD. I also have little Miss Lydia, who dances 3 days a week and keeps me very busy, and I also dance as well. We're both in a dance show in 2 weeks, so rehearsals are in full flow. We're keeping going with that. On top of that, I have the crazy dog that you've just seen down here, who obviously needs taking care of, and a full-time job. I work as a midwife. So life is very full on, very, very busy, and you'll get to hear all about that. So that's me. That's basically my life in a nutshell. I hope you enjoy this channel. Please subscribe if you do like it, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.